Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the Formula One. So y'all check that out. Hey, Formula One is back, baby. You know what I mean? At least some kind of sport. And Formula One is the kind of sport where, season go on. It's not going to be normal. When they drive around there, you don't hear the crowd. You don't see the crowd full. Especially like a Max Verstappen when he's somewhere, it's going to be orange everywhere, right? So you're going to miss that element. Ferrari's red like everywhere, you know. So that element is going to be gone. But other than that, it's a sport where you're not going to have an asterisk next to, the wins or the winner of the season. Because at the end of the day, you're in the car by yourself. You socially distanced in the first place. And it's almost close to normal. I just think that in other sports, like basketball, for example, other sports, there's going to probably be a lot of players that won't participate. Hence, later there's going to be asterisks next to the season, right? So the Formula One, we had yesterday we had the qualifying, and Bottas has come out with a bang. Mercedes is looking good, looking dominant on the course in Spielberg, Austria, where normally they don't dominate. But they were in qualifying, 1 and 2 in qualifying, and Bottas handled his business. So this Formula One season, what would be things you're looking for? You're looking at what are the main topics of things that are going on other than changes. You're going to have the surprise teams. That's something that in every year, surprise teams are there. So we're going to be looking for that. You're looking at, hey, Vettel. Vettel is not going to have his contract will not be extended. He's going to only drive this year for Ferrari, and that's it. We don't know what's going to happen in those contract negotiations or whatever, but so far that's going to be it. So would that make Vettel the number 2 driver behind Leclerc this time? You know, so that's a very interesting thing that we're going to be keeping an eye on. You know that, and you always will keep expecting Max Verstappen, to make that leap to the number 1 driver on the course. We know that he has the talent to do so. So that's the guy you're looking at. Get me Red Bull, get that dude a car and see what happens the whole year, because he done calm down a little bit. Max don't play it, right? So that's going to be always a very good thing to be going to be looking at. And I think the biggest thing has to be, when you're talking legendary status, is Vettel with his 4 titles, but now Lewis has having 6, going for number 7. And number 7 is extremely important. That's the one that the legend, the GOAT, basically Michael Schumacher, had 7 titles, and we didn't think we were going to get close. And your boy Lewis Hamilton is, close to getting there, but he's going to have to go through it. Bottom line, because his partner ain't playing around, bringing us to the race. His partner Bottas brings it home. First race of the season, Bottas brings it home. Pole position, brought it home, got close to time or 2, right? Because they have about 3 or 4 safety car phases. You thought, man, what happened this time, man? So much stuff going on the track, people messing up. You think, hey, what happened, man? Y'all done forgot how to drive a little bit. Probably so much other stuff going on. They're just not really kind of on their game. Now, it looks we looking at it, was like, man, shoot, a crash here. Hey, man, I'm trying to get through this hole or whatever. Things like that. Seems like the timing might be a little bit off or whatever, but it's good for entertainment value. But for a safety car, sometimes you got to think about the dude who's in front. Bottas, when you're in the front, for example, whatever your favorite driver is, he's in front. He gets 9 seconds in front. What are you not hoping for, right? You're not hoping for a safety car to come out. Everything gets back. Everybody gets close again, depending on who has the pit and who doesn't and all that stuff. And all that stuff comes into play. Again, you just drove out 9 seconds, and now all of a sudden you just right up there. They up there again, right on you. You got to do it again. So for the person who's leading, and in this case it was Bottas, it was a little bit, damn, man, gotta get drive. I got Lewis Hamilton behind me, man. Y'all better stop to get me a safety car. But it just kept happening. It just kept happening. People was messing up. Your boy Sebastian Vettel, listen, we're starting the season. Sebastian Vettel, we don't hate that number 1 status in Ferrari team versus Leclerc is not there. At minimum, it's even. So we didn't really want to see Vettel start this with a mistake. And I forgot who he crashed against, but it was a mistake. Matter of fact, the guy was right behind his teammate Leclerc. And so they were battling, and Vettel saw he can get on a right turn. He thought he can get in between there, but it was ridiculous. You should hold up a little bit. That was like a beginner's mistake. And he's made a few of those in the last like year and a half. It's not Fettel like, right? And so this anxiety, this nervousness, or whatever it is getting to him because that's a clear mistake. You know, the stewards don't have to be looking at stuff on that. It's like you made a mistake, we ain't got to look at nothing, right? Speaking of mistakes, Lewis Hamilton. You would think, well, Lewis Hamilton was right behind, Bottas, right? He was right behind that. But first of all, you got a 5-second penalty in front or 3 places, I think, from qualifying for not slowing down when they had a yellow flag, right? So you already went back to fifth, starting fifth, which you would have been starting second. Then in the race, if somebody was trying to get past him or something, and I don't know. This was I don't know if Lewis should have got this because somebody you trying to pass him, if the person just keeps his lane and doesn't go veer left or right, I don't know how you get a penalty, but he did. So that's what happened, and he accepted the penalty. So he ended up on fourth place, I think it is. So you know, you're looking at what we was talking about, those surprises. You got them surprises. Lando Norris took third place now because Lewis had to go back and get out 2 or 3 places back. So, we got a McLaren Renault and Lando Norris, right? Racing Point had 2 people in the top 10 in the qualifying. Now you got McLaren Renault, third place, got a podium in the first race. Those, are the stories. Pretty, pretty, pretty awesome for the first race. And when you're looking at Formula One, sometimes it can get boring on you. It can get boring on you if you're not, looking at an inside. You're just outside, and man, they just going around the track, man. I ain't got time to be watching that. But it's little things that go on. And in this first race, there was a lot of things going on. So it's really cool to see, things come back. You can't read too much into the first race, but you're going to read certain things like, hey, Vettel, you messed up. Ferrari, luckily Leclerc got all the way up there, but that speed doesn't seem to be good if you go and qualify. You guys, Vettel didn't even qualify in the top 10, right? It was number 11. That's not good, So you got to, Ferrari is a heavyweight in Formula One, so we're going to have to make sure Ferrari gets themselves back in that second spot. Right now, it looks like that's not what it's going to be. That could be Red Bull. Mess around, going to be McLaren Renault, a Racing Point Mercedes, or something like that. So it's still interesting. It's early. All that speculating doesn't matter yet. But it was good to see Formula One back. Good to see the drivers there. It's weird looking a little bit, right, without the crowd and all the social distancing and the mask and all that. But you know what? That's probably going to be the new norm. So we might have to just get used to what we're seeing here. But as far as just sportsmanship and just sports in general, hey, that's what we had first time. Good one. Congratulations to Bottas, because for everybody who probably don't want to see Lewis Hamilton get that number 7 title, Bottas is somebody you better be pulling for because Bottas, he has been training in the off season. Bottas is definitely wants the title this season, and he probably should get it because some people you hear little whisperings. Well, okay, trust me, I hear little whisperings, especially German things. Where Vettel could probably be going to the German team in Mercedes because German is important for the Formula One. Their main network, the equivalent of ABC, CBS, is called RTL is going to pull out after 20, 25 years in the Formula One, right? Because, hey, Schumacher, everybody was winning. Then, Vettel. But if Vettel's not going to be driving for Ferrari, then that means he's not going to be driving anywhere close to the front if he's not in Mercedes. This is what their speculation is. So if Germany, RTL gets out of there, then that's going to be Germany back out of there. Now, Formula One doesn't want that because you're going to need in Formula One, you're going to need Germany and England. Be real. When it comes to the European thing, those are the two main ones you want very energized when it comes because they sticking some money in there and a lot of drivers and things like that. So that's interesting. So Vettel is going to have to, do well so he can get the cockpit maybe at Mercedes. And Bottas is going to have to do well so they won't even be thinking about no Vettel. It's a little side note, so you heard it here. Anyway, welcome back Formula One, and congratulations, Valtteri Bottas, for the first race of the season. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.